Good morning. I hope everybody's doing okay. I am heading to work right now, but I've had something on my mind for the past several days, and Spirit is really helping me to work through it. And I know that some of you are going through similar things like this, or maybe have in the past and didn't know what to do, but a lot of us are teachers. We are generational curse breakers. We are people who help other people to see things about themselves that they need to change. Why are we able to do that? Because us, ourselves, have been through multiple changes and a spiritual awakening that has taught us to be a better person and to be a more productive member of society and to be a better friend, lover, family member, whatever it may be. And so now it is our time to help others to change things. And some of these ways are just bizarre in how they happen. So I'm just going to give you an example. And if by chance my neighbors happen to see this video, I do not mean any disrespect whatsoever, but this is exactly the way that things are. So when I met my neighbors, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, when they first started just coming around and us just chit-chatting here and there and things like that, talking about my dog, what have you, I noticed that they were very nosy people, and they knew everything about everybody on the block, and a lot of things that they would say when they would come around would be judgmental towards other people. And at one point I ended up saying something about that, and they kind of stopped doing that aspect, talking about other people around me. Okay. But when I said something, I was guided to say something. That was Spirit leading me towards saying something, and guess what? They stopped it. So I made them aware. I brought it to their attention. They seen that there was something that they didn't like to do, and they changed it. So moving forward a little bit, they come over quite often. We became, I wouldn't say real close, but we became close enough to where we know a little bit about each other, and it's fun hanging out with them and things like that. But for whatever reason, comments are made about the way that I feed my dog and certain things that I do with or don't do with my dog. And, my dog is my baby, and he is everything to me. So when people talk about the way that I'm raising my dog or the way that I'm doing something, it automatically started making me feel man, I don't want to hang out with these people. And I really did take a look at the things that they were saying, and where I don't think that they are meaning to be this way. I think that this is a condition in the way that which they were brought up, or just something that they have always done. So they really don't even understand that they're being judgmental towards people or towards me. But so it started getting to where it makes me very uncomfortable, and I take a look at it and say, ask Spirit, is these things that I'm really doing wrong, or, is it just them judging me? And basically it came back after several times of meditating about this, they're just being judgmental. And even though they don't realize they're being judgmental, and that's the way that they're coming off across, is it's something that I need to say to them. So I've been asking Spirit, what do I do? What do I do? Because my human self wants to not let them come over anymore. Wants to not talk to them, because I've been conditioned myself that when people treat me bad, in my eyes, if it's bad, then I'm going to distance myself from them, and I'm not going to no longer hang out with them, blah, 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 blah. But the new improved version of myself sets boundaries, and they talk to people, because people are meant to grow, and I know that if I can grow, other people can grow too. So Spirit's letting me know this morning that I need to have a talk with them and let them know, when you first started coming around, I almost started not talking to you guys anymore, because you was always talking about people, but then you stopped when I said something about that. So I'm going to mention this to you now. This is how I feel when you talk about my dog and the way that I'm raising him, and this and that. And it makes me very uncomfortable, and I have meditated about this whole situation, and I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. And I already know the outcome of what it's going to be. Spirit has already showed me that they are going to be surprised by what I say, because they don't feel like they come across that way. But at the same time, they are also too going to look at their behaviors and see if it's something that they can change. And I do believe that they will change this. And I know my phone keeps moving because I am driving, but these are ways in which Spirit is going to be using some of us at this time to help people to see things that they need to change. And this is a hard task sometimes, guys. This can be very challenging, because we could have people get mad at us. It just makes us feel as if we're trying to be in control of situations. You know, the human self just doesn't feel comfortable making those kind of statements or, you know, talking to people about things like that. And in general, we don't like to have to set up boundaries with people. But if I don't set up a boundary, it's going to make it to the point where I don't talk to them at all. And then they're going to be wondering why the hell I just quit talking to them when there wasn't any problems. So setting boundaries is a really big deal. Making sure that we have the right words to say at the right time. So not only is it important that I've meditated about this, but I'm waiting on the right time to happen. When Spirit thinks it's the right time, the right words are going to come out. It's not going to hurt anybody involved. And whoever, whoever it is, in my instance, my neighbors that I have to talk to, they will ponder about or meditate about this situation, and they will correct it. That way that we can still stay friends and grow our friendship. Anyhow, I know that some of you are going through similar situations like this, and I hope that this video helped you. It can be multiple ways in which Spirit is using you to help people to see things about themselves. But first and foremost, if it's not something that you've changed about yourself, or if it's not something that you've worked very hard on making different, then Spirit is not going to use you in that way. So just know that if you're being used in that way, that Spirit knows that you're ready and more than capable of doing so. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Much love to you guys. Bye.